Hey, welcome. So it is June the 2nd today. At least as soon as this is going to be watched. Thank you so much again for showing up to your meditation. Last month, we worked a lot on the mind and we did do energy as well. But this month, we're going to be working more on energy. What does that really mean? Energy is everything. And we're working on feeling the energy in our body. So if you review yesterday's meditation, it was all about that feeling. And yes, we did a bunch of those in the first month too, but that is the focus for this month, just FYI. Now, today's class or meditation is all about one of the first things I teach in almost all my classes, this concept of mind voice versus spirit voice. And you can say it differently, the ego's voice, my personality's voice versus the divine I am's voice. And they're two very distinctive minds. We talked about it before. When the mind and spirit think the same thing, then the emotion is joy and freedom, love and ease. And the mind is the only one that moves. The divine will never change its opinion about how incredible you are. And I know I taught this once before, but I want to teach you with a slightly different approach today. When I was in grade 11, I took this computer science class, and I'm definitely dating myself right now. And this room was maybe 10 by 20 in size. It's about double the size of a regular bedroom. And this room is actually housed the computer of the day. It was this big computer, like it was before PCs, right? And way before phones. And how the computer was set up is we had to fill out these index cards and do these circles. And then we stick it into one side of the computer, and out from the other side of the computer came a piece of paper. And it was really archaic and crazy back then when I think back to what the computer was. And we'd fill in these bubbles. I don't even remember what we were filling in. I don't remember what came out. But the idea of that visual of this room that was 10 by 20, one of the, not original computers, but what they used to think a computer was to take thought in and spit something else out. Okay. We're going to use that same visual for mind versus spirit. Spirit thinks a very different thought about whatever kind of struggle you're experiencing at all. You're going to imagine sticking the computer cards into the mind's voice, going through this big computer, and coming out this other side with a piece of paper with actually the truth of what the divine thinks and feels, and just being with that. So go ahead and gently close your eyes. With your eyes closed, soften your shoulders down towards the floor. Let your spine lift up towards the ceiling. Let the eyes drift inward. And allow your breath to grow deeper. Allow your breath to grow quieter. And allow your mind to still. As you breathe, let's get present to things like the air around you. What does your skin feel like? What do your fingertips feel like? What are your feet touching? Consciousness is where we direct thought. It's the focus of thought. With the breath low and slow, calm and easy, let your body sink into the support. If you wish, bring in your guides, divine support team, like a circle of energy to surround you and support you and love you. And just feel their presence as you breathe slower and deeper and calmer and easier as you breathe. Notice the propensity to leave the breath in this moment. Maybe notice how the mind wants to chatter. Notice how the spirit actually wants you to still. As you continue to breathe and allow your shoulder blades to sink down, more breath, more vitality, and more vibrance can enter your body. Maybe taking that focus again to the third eye. Just imagining that space between your eyebrows. Connecting with the vision with all that is. The deeper truth can only be seen through that third eye. As you breathe. Imagine now, if you will, that you're sitting at a desk with a bunch of computer cards in front of you. You're filling out these little bubbles like you do for a survey or a multiple choice question test. And for each of them, you're writing down or sharing something that isn't working in your life, just picking one topic. Not spending too much focus and energy here because you're already aware of what it is. Just put on these cards and try again to become the observer of it. So step back and observe that. And breathe. As your breath gets slower and deeper, you'll notice the ease with which you're able to write these cards out and also just step back, detach from the intensity of the emotions. You're aware that you're scared. You're aware that you're overwhelmed. You're just putting it on a card. And you're about to put it into a computer. It's going to give you the truth. So maybe just observe yourself doing this and breathe. Maybe the more you can breathe into the lower back, the more you know that in a few moments the truth will come out the other side. So really being excited about this occurrence as you breathe. And now you've done that computer list of all the things that aren't working. Shoulders softened, mind quiet. You walk into this big computer that is brilliant and genius. And you're going to stick the computer cards into one end. And out the other end will come the truth of the situation as the divine sees it. I want you to imagine it going in one end of the computer. Maybe seeing or imagining these cards moving through this big machine. Slowly or quickly, whichever you want. And just breath. As you watch them moving through the computer, it's almost like those emotions are getting transmuted. It's almost like they're getting healed. It's almost like they're getting further away from your body. Those computer cards are still in there. They're still working, and you can breathe and get deeper in your breath. You can actually feel that emotion leaving your body. This computer is literally and figuratively moving it out. Each create more space for the truth of what's coming out the other end. Breathe. Observing and distancing yourself from the non-truth, from the ego and the personality that you just took in. Keep distancing yourself. Keep breathing. And keep observing. The more you can distance yourself, the more you can observe and breathe, the more the computer report that's going to come out the other end with the truth from the divine is going to resonate in our cells. So patiently with breath, being still, watching the computer transmute the emotions. Now for the next few moments, my voice will get silent. And I just want you to breathe and be present here. As you sit in presence on the other side of the computer, your heart is now more open to the truth. Now, before you know it, some papers come out the exit side of the computer. And what has just occurred is the computer has transmuted, dissolved, released all of the old emotions that you didn't need. Fear, overwhelmment, anger, worry, whatever you put in there about the situation you're in, now in the papers in your hand is the truth from the divine. So as you sit back, heart more open, breath slower, mind quieter, as your breath deepens, start to read the truth. It may say things like, you have always been supported. You are loved to the moon and back. You're exactly where you're meant to be. This too will work out. Perfect place, perfect time. The divine of love wants to shine. Whatever you're reading on that computer paper, whatever spirit is saying to you, may be similar or different to what I just said. Let that truth enter your body. These words are the truth that your personality cannot see. This is the truth and the wisdom of your guides and your higher self. And see if you can take these words into your body with breath. And it may be something very simple, like I am enough. I am loved. And just breathe as this truth comes out on the paper and you let it into your body. What I mean by let it into the body, read each statement, imagine the words in the computer paper, and let the words enter your body slowly with each breath. I'll let you do that on your own, and I'll return in a few minutes. And continue to breathe. Slow down the breath and ask yourself, can my heart open more to this truth? The truth is I'm always enough. I am love. I am perfection. I am beauty. I am love. I am love. I am love. And stay here longer. Because what occurred in today's session was you literally shifted, healed, created space from that wound, that pain, that story, that fear, that anger, on all those cards you wrote, it got changed in the computer. And out the other side came the truth that your heart can hold, the truth of the higher voice. So as you stay here longer and get into your quiet, let that enter every cell of your body, from the top of your head, the tips of your toes. As you move through the day, remember this feeling and this experience of letting the truth enter and shine. Have a beautiful day. I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.